I'd like to invite the children up for a message. As I see you coming forward, I'm guessing you're probably wearing red today because today is Pentecost. Do you know what Pentecost is? Pentecost, remember what Pentecost was? Penta means what? It means 5, right? And so Pentecost starts with a 5. It's 50 days after Easter. So we celebrate Pentecost this day, and we wear red to celebrate the festival. So Pentecost is the day when God gives us the Holy Spirit, and the church is born, and the disciples speak in different languages. So lots of different things that make up Pentecost today. But let's think about the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is swirling among us. So how do we know? Can we see the Holy Spirit? But think about the wind and what that is. Can you see the wind? Can you? I don't think we can see the wind, but I think we see what the wind does. Like the other night we had a storm and the wind was blowing and the trees and the leaves were blowing and the bushes. So we knew that there was wind going around. So we didn't see the wind, but we saw what it did. And if you had a kite and you were flying a kite in the sky, you could see the wind is carrying that. You don't see the wind, but you're seeing the kite being up in the sky. Or if you think about breath, if you had a balloon and you started to blow the balloon up, what does this take? It takes our air, right, to fill the balloon so that we see the shape. And that's like the Spirit swirling around. And I was going to try to blow the balloon up, but I practiced a couple of times and it didn't work. So I'm not going to make a fool of myself on that. I'm just going to leave the balloon and let you know what it looks like when you blow the balloon up with the air, okay? But think about your breath. Can you see your breath? Can't see it, but if you put it on your hand, how do you know the air is there? You feel the cold breeze, don't you? So that's the Holy Spirit is like the wind and the air swirling around and filling us like it would fill the balloon. And the other part of Pentecost was when the Holy Spirit came. It filled the disciples, and they started talking in different languages as they were sharing God's good news. And there were flames. Think about the red and the flames. There were flames of fire on their heads. Didn't burn them, but just the flames of fire showing us the Holy Spirit was there. But they were talking in different languages. And each one could understand what the others were saying in their own language. So let's think about sharing the good news of Jesus in different languages. We can say good news, but we could also say buenas noticias. That would be Spanish. Or bonne nouvelle, which is French. Gute Nachrichten is German. Хорошие новости is Russian. Habari Njema is Swahili. And Gute Nyheter is Swedish. And so my language is a little bit, my little phrases might be a little bit off as I pronounce them, but that's good news in all kinds of different languages. So how do we share God's good news? Can we do that even if we can't speak it in the different languages? Can we show it? We can share it and show God's love and the Spirit in us, God's good news, can't we? If we think about the people that help at the food pantry or help with feeding our children, they're sharing the good news of God with other people, aren't they? And what about when you just wave to your neighbor or share a smile? You're sharing the good news of God, of Jesus with everybody else, right? So we can do it even if we're not saying it, but we understand each other as we share God's good news. And that's the Spirit working in us. So I invite you to share the good news of Jesus and feel, anytime you feel the wind or see the trees bobbing back and forth, you see the wind, you feel the Spirit, and know that God is always with you, surrounding you with His love and filling you with His good news and His Spirit. And just know you are never alone because the Spirit is always swirling in you and God's love is always with you. We'll see you next week.